Well, hello, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, May the 8th, 2023. Monday, May the 8th. Today's episode, yes, Shamar Moore was back for his, 15 minutes of shooting. That's pretty much all it was. He went from one CBS studio over to the next for 15 minutes. It wasn't a lot. Enough to hug Devon, enough to hug Lily. I don't know that he hugged Nate, but they definitely shook hands and they were standing close. But I'm thinking, yeah, well, he was your stepson. But anyway, they're men. Come on now. That was a long time ago. You grown, fist bump. That's all we got to do. Fist bump it. But anyway, um, he was just talking about, no, look, I always show up for Neil. Anything major, in my brother's life regarding my brother, I show up. And he has. He's popped in and out for Neil for some reason or another, right? And so Lily talks to Daniel because at some point he sits down and he's deep in thought, and he's feeling guilty. He told her, I'm having a guilty an episode of conscience and it's weighing on me. I can't tell you what it's about, but I got to do something. And she's like, well, whatever you're going to do, I know it's going to be the right thing. You're going to do the right thing. So nothing really happened. Harmony, and everybody was right. Look, they've recast Devon's mother because I remember when Debbie Morgan was Harmony. And to me, Debbie Morgan and the actor that played Tucker were such a mismatch. They didn't look well together at all. It didn't even feel right. Now I could see Trevor St. John and this actress. I could see some sparks between them. I really could. And see, she better be getting the stepping within the next 4. I give the chick a week. Okay, you haven't seen your grandson, but what's your excuse? Tucker sent a car to get her. She's only in Chicago. They're in, I think, Wisconsin. Now, I don't know how many miles that is, but look, I'm sure it's an hour plane ride, or less, right? Your son has his first son, even though it was a sticky situation. He was the sperm donor, but when your son won custody, because it came out that they do FaceTime each other. Once Devon had his regular visitations, you want to know what she should have been? Proud grandmother, wanting to wrap her arms around him. She should have been there. I can't. If Tucker hadn't sent that car, when would she have come to see? He'd be graduating high school. And then she'd be saying, oh, yeah, I want to see my grandson. But Devon was happy. And he actually shook hands and told Tucker, thank you. Thank you. Because she said, oh, Tucker sent a car. And Ashley was pointing daggers at her every chance she got because Abby told her about it. Right there. I see every chance when you think people aren't looking. I see the way you're looking at Harmony. And she's like, yeah. Because Harmony was over there talking to Tucker. And what she's saying, I see, wow, you and Ashley got back together again. I see some things, doesn't change. And the way she goes, so don't mess it up. And she touches him. So don't mess it up. And I'm thinking, girl, keep your hands to yourself. Right? Ashley's looking. Matter of fact, she tapped him twice. No, no. Don't invade his personal space, chick, because I still haven't mopped you up for sleeping with my husband. And now I see you smiling in his face and you this and you go, oh, Tucker. No. So Ashley tells Abby, you know what? It's time for me to make my presence known. And she goes over there. And Harmony says, well, hi, Ashley. And blah, little pleasantries. And Ashley was kind of pleasantries back. But she's kind of looking at Tucker. But not obvious, right? because she and Tucker aren't a couple. But my whole thing is, you did this with a woman that we got divorced over. Yes, I know that is your son's mother, and I'm giving you that. But you don't need to have nothing to do with her. Because y'all ain't had nothing to do with each other since we got divorced. So don't start nothing now, right? So Summer comes into the house. Summer sees Diane is there. And she's like, Diane, what are you doing here? And they're like, oh, Diane's out on bail, and Jack again says, because she's innocent of these charges. She's innocent, and she's back home. And so Diane says, Summer's like, well, you know what? Okay, but just don't mind me. I'm not going to be in on the celebration. So she goes, I got to get some air. So Kyle goes, I'll come with you. So he goes to go with her. And Diane says, Summer, I just have something I need to say to you. And Jack is kind of looking like, leave it alone, let her go. And Summer turns around like, what? And she goes, I want you to know, I know this is difficult. I'm going to give you all the space I can. I'm going to make sure that, we kind of are apart from each other so that it's not as difficult for you. And Summer looked at her. She goes, now we can't help but run into each other because of this. And she goes, what? And so she shows her the ankle monitor. She says, I can't leave the property. And Summer says, wait, so you mean to tell me that every time I'm here at my home, you're going to be here too? Every time. She said, no, she goes, I have to go. I have to get out of here. So Kyle's like, Summer, so she goes, no, Kyle, I need to go. And actually she gets a text from Daniel saying, I need to see you now. So she reads her phone, and Kyle sees her read her phone. She goes, I have to go. And he goes, Summer. And she's on her way out the door. But the funny thing is, he wasn't running out the door with her, because part of him is like, but my mama's here. But my mama's here. Okay, see ya. But then after she left, Diane's looking at Jack like, and he's like, shh, you get over it. And Kyle is like, oh. And then they're talking, and Kyle goes, I have to go after her. I have to go find Summer. So he leaves, whatever. Summer gets there, and she talks to Daniel. And Daniel tells her, no. I was just at Neil's memorial service, and everybody's coming up giving me their condolences to me, and how are you and your sister holding up? He goes, and we're lying. They don't need to give us their condolences. Our mother's not dead. No, I can't do it. I'm not going to lie. Lily's giving me all this great advice about the loss of a parent, and our mother's not dead. No. So she goes, what do you mean? Oh, she has to be sick of playing this upset, angry person. Not deranged, but just unhinged, right? And he goes, just that, Summer. I'm going to the police. Yeah. So they leave that. And one of the things that I did not talk about was Nate comes in. Lily and Devon actually invited Nate to Neil's memorial. And so he says, yeah, Nikki says, oh, Nate, I didn't know you and Victoria were back from LA. She goes, yes, we just got back. I came straight from the airport over here. And she goes, oh, good. And he goes, I'm going to go speak to Devon. So actually, no, Nate comes in. He goes, is that Harmony? And they're like, yeah. And so he's like, So Nate's getting a drink, and Devon comes up to him. Devon was civil. Devon actually thanked him for coming, for Neil. And they're just little minor. He goes, "Where's Elena?" He goes, "No." He goes, "She's had a very hefty schedule. She's probably already knocked out at our place." He says, "I don't even want to wake her up." So, Devon's like, "Oh, okay." So he goes, "But look, I have to go speak to Lily." That's what Nate said. So Nate did. He went over. He spoke to Lily. Lily didn't bite his head off because, see, they make it nice, just like over the whole Christmas thing. Devon and Nate could be in the same room, so they make it nice for Neil's sake. And that won't last. It ain't Neil's memorial, so then they'll be back to not wanting to see Nate. But Nate ends up telling Harmony that, because people are already starting to leave, because the event was over anyway. When Malcolm came, pretty much most people were already gone. Everybody was gone but the immediate core family there. So he got there really late. But anyway, Nate tells Harmony, "I'll walk you to the elevator," because Nate says, "You know what? I'm beat. I'm exhausted. I'm probably going to get a room upstairs because I do not want to wake up Elena. She's got a very hectic schedule tomorrow. And I'll walk you, to the elevator or wherever." So they leave. And I thought, now, let's see what happens when it has to come out that Nate cheated. See, because Nate never really found out, unless Amanda told when she got back into town. But pretty much with Abby moving in, everybody could kind of figure out what happened. But remember when it was all Nate was all in that business, trying to figure out, what did Devon do to her? What I want to know. No, he was just horrible. Now, let's see how much he's going to want people in his business. About Elena. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to get back to reality tomorrow. So that was it for The Young and the Restless. There was nothing else. One thing we found out about Harmony / Yolanda is she now has a degree. She works for a firm, some firm. She does some kind of charity work or outreach work or whatever. And she's been clean and sober for 2 decades now. So she's on the men's, looking good. Looking a little too good, if you ask me. I'm thinking, who they bringing her in for? Better not be Tucker again. But anyway, that is it for the daily recap of The Young and the Restless. You all know I travel tomorrow. I'm not going to do Comment Corner. I won't be doing Comment Corners until the 16th, or I arrive back home on the 16th, so probably the 17th. I'll get back into my normal routine where I'll be able to have pictures, because while I'm gone, I will be doing the recaps on my cell phone. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to have my background pictures on, because I'm going to make just straight videos. I don't even think I'll be able to do Zoom and record on the cell phone. I'll have to kind of work those kinks, because being so international, it might just be better for me to do straight videos on my phone and then upload those to YouTube. So you'll have whatever surroundings I'm in and, whatever outfit I'm in, but I'm going to try to make sure I keep up with The Young and the Restless, so that I could bring the daily recaps as often as I can to you all. So go in the comments, please. Keep chattering back and forth. Every chance I get, I will look at the comments. I love to hear what you all have to say. And I'll get back to Comment Corner on the 17th. But with that being said, everybody, I'll see you on the next daily recap of The Young and the Restless.